Good day, aspirant criminologists. I am James Arvela Carlos. I am a third-year BS Criminology student here in STI West Negros University from the College of Criminal Justice Education. And today, I will be your lecturer in gun safety and marksmanship together with my co-lecturer Francisco Castro Jr. So to start our lecture, let me encourage everyone to please listen, take notes, and full attention to our discussion. So our learning objectives for today: learn the importance of firearm safety, to know the do's and don'ts in shooting range, and we will able to know what are the shooting stances. And last, to know on how to disassemble and reassemble the 45 caliber pistol. Next, what is gun safety? So gun safety is a collection of rules and recommendations that can be applied when possessing, storing, and or handling of firearms. So ang gun safety, ma-expect kita subong sa aton nga lectures na there's a lot of rules na kailangan natin implement when it comes nga natin sa practical scenario. Like ano ang dapat himuon sa sulod sang firing range, ag ano ang bawal. Kag ano bala ang proper position sang firearms nga aton gamiton. So amo ina. And next, purpose of gun safety. So, nagyatunan tani, ano ang purpose ng gun safety? The purpose of gun safety is to eliminate or minimize the risk of unintentional death, injury, or damage caused by improper position, storage, or handling of firearms. So, ang purpose ng gun safety, nga when it comes nga natin sa practical scenario, malikawan naton ang makaguba sa kagamitan, ma-avoid naton ang accident, kag labis tanan, malikawan naton ang makapatay nga hindi nato hungod because lack of knowledge kita sa ginatawag nga gun safety. So dapat gini naton tandaan. So amo ini. So shooting range rules and regulations. So ano ang rules and regulations sa sulod sang firing range? So general rules, all firearms must be cased and unloaded when entering the shooting range. So before ta mag-enter sa shooting range, ang firearm nga gamiton ta nabutang dapat sa case para safety. And next, when firearms is holstered, no magazine shall be inserted. So as you can see the pictures, amo na sa ang holstered. So kung nabutang na ang imong firearms, dapat wala gid na inserted sa magazine kag bala. And next, all person using the shooting range must successfully complete the range safety briefing. So ang mga participants ang ina nga event kag ang mga shooters dapat naton ma-briefing kung ano ang dapat himuon kag hindi himuon sa sulod sang firing range. Kay base kung wala ta sila na briefing, hindi naton ma-avoid ang mga ano to kung ano ang ilang himuon. For example, base karon be maghinhampang-hampang to sila. So dapat gid naton ma-briefing ang mga shooters kag ang participants sa shooting range area. Next, all ammunition will be inspected by the range safety officers or instructor. So, sa firing range, may ginatawag tada ang range safety officers. So, ang ginaubla na nila, sila nang ga-inspect sa mga firearms nga gamiton ta, sa mga bala, kag sila nang ga-assist sa aton. Kag sila ang gabulig kung paano bala ang proper position, ang proper nga pagkapit sa firearms. So, amo na ang ilang nga obra. And next, all person using the shooting range must sign a waiver. So, hindi lang basta-basta no nga makasulod ka sa firing range. So, kinahanglan ta sa waiver nga dapat dalon ta. And next, all valid government ID pictures and firearms, license is required to rent and to use the shooting range. So, kung may balak kaya mag-arkila sang shooting range, kinahanglan mo magdala sang a valid government ID pictures. Kag ang firearms nga gamiton mo is license. Kag way labot may firearms to carry ka pa nga license nga dalon. And next, use of alcohol is prohibited before or during shooting range. Siyempre, hindi pwede ang nakainom nga ma-shoot sa firing range. Kay base may possibility nga base iya magmaoy ka to, so gina-prohibit kina nga hindi ka mag-inom. And next, smoking, eating, or drinking is prohibited on the range. So, wala ta to ga-encourage mag-smoke, magkaon, mag-inom sa tubig, sulod sang firing range. So, next, all of the schedule of use of the shooting range shall be properly coordinated with the Security, Safety, and Investigation Office. So, sa university, sa amon sa STI, may ginatawag kami nga Safety and Investigation Office. So, before yasang scheduling sang ina nga event, kinahanglan namon mag-coordinate sa Safety Investigation Office. Kaya when it comes, for example, hindi ta malikawan ng mga disgrasya abi, so sila nang una nga maresponde sa aton. And next, no person is allowed to use the shooting range without the presence of the authorized safety or range safety officers. So, hindi lang ta pwede kung hindi ka authorized kag wala ka kalisensya sa range officers. So, hindi pwede ka sulod sa firing range. Next, range rules. So, ano ang rules sa range? Ang range, amo na daang naton nga practice mag-shoot. So, amo na. So, ano bala ang hindi natin pwede himuon kag ang pwede himuon sa dira nga area. No handling of ammunitions and firearms at the safety area at the same time. So, hindi mo pwede madala-dala ang imo nga firearms kag ang mga bala sa safety area. Kay nadaiya galantaw ang mga agents. And next, always keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to shoot. So kung hindi mo pa malang ready to shoot, dapat ang imo nga finger always out na sa trigger. Nan amo ina. And next, always keep your firearms unloaded until ready to shoot. So kung hindi mo pa lang in time para mag-shoot, so ang firearm gamiton mo is dapat wala sang magazine kag bala. And next, be sure your firearms is a good working order and you know and understands the operating mechanism and safety features of your firearms. Nan, dapat i-double check mo gid ang firearms nga gamiton mo kay base may mga defect ina. Kag for example, gulpi lang backfire. So kabalo ka dapat maneuver sa ina nga firearms. Hindi kay base maano ka bala masyak o kun paplaning ka to. So, hindi ina ng applicable kung gakapit ka na sang firearms. So, mabalaan ta di karon kung ano ang himuon kung, for example, maghang fire ang imo nga firearms. So, next, always use correct ammunition in your firearms. So, syempre, i-check mo ang bala nga gina-inserted mo sa magazine kay base hindi compatible sa bala nga sang imo nga firearms. So, next, do not pass loaded firearms from one boat to another. So, hindi mo yung pag-ipasa-pasa ang imo nga firearms sa imo nga upod. So, gina-prohibit tagid ina. And next, if a misfire, hang fire, squib round, or any malfunction occur and cannot be immediately cleared by the shooter, keep the firearms pointed, downrange, remain in your firing lane, and signal the range safety officer for assistance by raising your non-shooting hand. So, amo na sa kagina, kabalo ka dapat magmaneuver. So, kung for example, nag-misfire or hang-fire or squib round, so kabalo ka dapat kung anong himuon mo. So, ang himuon mo, kung nagatiro ka na, gulpi lang nag-hang-fire, so, ang imo nga right hand, imo na siya ang imo nga right hand, ginakaptan mo ang firearms, imo na sa i-pointed down, ang muzzle dapat nakatuon sa ground. Kag ang imo nga left hand, amo na sa ang i-raise mo para notify sang safety officers nga kinahanglan mo assistance kag mabuligan ka. Aman, amo na dapat ang himuon. And next, immediately report any negligence, discharge, damage to equipment. So, hindi ka maghipos-hipos lang kung ang imong firearms nga gingamit may guba. So, kailangan mo na i-report sa safety officers kay base amo pa ng kabangdanan nga ikaw madisgrasya. So, hindi gid maghipos-hipos. And next, never move ahead of the firing lane or shooting boat. So, kung dira na imo nga pisto, hindi ka na pwede ka baylo-baylo. So, dapat stay on your position. And next, eye and ear protection is strictly implemented before entering the range. So before ta mag-shoot, kinahanglan ta sang PPE or personal protected equipment. So may ginatawag tang eye protection, ear protection, kay sila na ang maproteksyon sa aton nga mata kag dalunggan. And next, use only authorized firearms on the range. So dapat ang gamiton ta nga firearms is authorized kag dapat lisensyado. And next, do not cause fire at target on the other lanes. So, syempre, ang imo target, hindi ka na pwede nga i-cause fire mo pa to ang target sa imo nga upod. So, hindi na pwede. Use only approved target. So, ang imo nga target, ginatawag na nga aim. So, kung amo na siya, amo na ang imo nga target. And next, smoking, eating, drinking tobacco, and gum is prohibited on the range. So nagdugang lang nadugin sulit ta lang ang panguya sang bubblegum. So encourage sa gid na nga hindi na pwede kung gabulgam ka sa sulod sang firing range. So next, shooters may collect their own brass behind the firing lane once they have unloaded and cased their firearms and are ready to leave the range. So in short, imo gamit, imo ligpit. So ang natapos mo ng firearms, ikaw na ang responsable nga himos. And next, anyone is displaying unsafe action or horseplay will be warned to correct their behavior and or be asked to leave. So hindi maglain ang buot mo kung pahalinon ka sang safety instructor. Kay makaharm ka pa na sa iban. So like example, nagluksong baka ka toya imo. So hindi maglain ang buot mo nga pahalinon ka. Kay basi makaharm ka pa sa participant kag sa mga shooter sa sulod sang firing range. So next, uncasing checking of ammunition and firearms should be done only the safety area. So kung mag-double check na sang firearms, dapat dira nakabutang sa safety area ag dira i-check. And next, the university reserves the right to refuse use of the range or service to any person for any reason. So sa amon niya sa university namon, kung maghambal ang management nga hindi na pwede pag-firing lane kay base may gina-construct nga o kung may gina-renovate for example, so may right ang university nga i-refuse ang ina ang event. So kung sa iban man, may right man na iya ang tagiya nga i-refuse ang inyo nga event. So amo ina. Next, 4 cardinal rules of safe and handling. So bisan sa diin tayada magamit tagid ni. When it comes nga lang atabi sa law enforcer, kung police na ta, so magamit tagid ni. So dapat tandaan ta ini ang 4 cardinal rules. So first, always treat all firearms as if they were loaded. So biskan guba pa na ang firearms kag wala gagana, kag wala sang magasin, always get iting sa mind ta nga may bala ina. Kay wala taya kwaon kung ga sigurado ta nga may bala ina. Kay simply for safety purposes man sa aton nga life kag sa mga tawo nga sa palibot ta. And next, never allow the muzzle of any firearms to point at anything you are not willing to destroy. So kung hindi mo na gusto maguba ang ina nga bagay, hindi mo pagituon ang muzzle or ang ginaguan sang bala sa ina nga object. Kay dapat ang muzzle amo na sa ang ginaguan sang bala. So dapat gina-pointed na sa safety. So hindi mo na pagituon to bisan sa diin lang. And next, never put your finger near the trigger until you are ready to fire. So para sa tubla kagaina, hindi mo ya pag i-trigger in kung hindi mo pala, hindi ka pa ready nga i-shot mo. Kaya like for example, kung police ka na sa ulihi, kag may victim, kin hostage, tungod na anad kaya sa trigger in ya, kulpi mo lang yan na pitik, kag naigo ang victims. So liable ka. So ma-discharge ka pa sa imo nga serbisyo. So amo gina ka importante. And next, always be sure of your target and what is behind and front of it. So always mo get sure ang sa tupad sang imo nga target, sa likod sang imo nga target, or in short sa palibot sang imo nga target. So amo ina. So this end my part of these lectures. I hope you learn a lot and always remember that safety first when it comes handling the firearms because ang kabuhi ta isa lang. Kung madula na so hindi na pwede nga ibalik. So I hope nga matun-an yun kag i-practice nyo gini when it comes nga ala na sa practical. So thank you and I will turn over these lectures in my co-lecturer Francisco Castro Jr. Thank you.
Hi there, aspirant criminologist. My name is Francisco Castro and I will be continuing the remaining topics on this lecture. So it's all about the 3 shooting stances. The first shooting stances is the isosceles stance. The shooter faces the target squarely. The feet are set shoulder width or slightly wider apart. The toes face the target and are aligned and parallel with each other. The knees are flexed but not bent, and the shooter leans forward from the waist towards the target. The shooter's arm are extended and elbows locked and forming an isosceles triangle when viewed from above. So, okay, as you can see there on the picture down below, nakita nyo ang shooter nga always bent forward from the hips to the target. And always remember to lock your elbow and it is be fully extended. The knees are flexed but not bent and the toes are parallel so that it will lessen and control the muscle when the firearm is fired. Okay? So the next stance is the weaver stance. So the weaver stance is when the shooter blades his body, placing the foot on the firing side back and turning the support side towards the target. So the shooter's strong firing side arm is extended and the support arms is elbow bent. So as you can see there on the picture, as you can see there, that the shooter's shooting hand is fully extended and locked, while the supporting hand is bent, the elbow is bent, so that it will support the firearm when it is being fired, so that it will absorb the force of the recoil when the firearm is fired. Okay, that's also the purpose of the supporting side of the leg of the shooter, to have a better control when the firearm is fired, to control the recoil. That's the purpose of the supporting arm and the firing side back foot. The next firing stance is the fighting stance. The fighting stance, the shooter is square to the target, his feet are shoulder width or slightly wider, and the firing side foot is slightly behind the support side foot. In this stance, this fighting pose stance of when shooting a target, you need to face the target when holding a two-hand techniques, which you need to extend your both arms and block the elbows. And the foot will be slightly bent, and then the shooting side will slightly behind the support side foot so that it will absorb the force of impact when the firearms is fired. Okay? So kung kita magtiro, makinahanglan ta gid sang support sang aton nga right side para hindi ta magtabog kung high caliber man na nga pusil aton ginagamit. Distances, these three stances, tandaan gid ang isosceles stance, weaver stance, and fighting stance. Amo gining stances nga usually ginagamit kag basic sa firing range naton, nga sila gining common nga para mag-guide ta sa aton nga instructor sa firing range. Amo gini sang itudlo didto sa inyo. Kag amo ni sa mga techniques, two-hand techniques of shooting stance that will lessen and control the muscle of the firearms when the firearm is fired. Okay? So always remember those three stances kay kung in kaso gid man nga makabalik na ta face to face nga ma-try nyo ang aton nga firing range sa STI, we will try these stances. Okay, so thank you, and then we will proceed to our last topic on this lecture, which is the assemble and disassemble of firearms.
Disassembling of 45 caliber pistol. First, try to make sure that the pistol is clear. Remove the magazine from the pistol by pressing the magazine catch. Safety off, then cock twice to make sure there are no rounds in the chamber. Cock twice again, then turn on the safety. Now, you can start the dismantling of piston. By pressing the coil spring plug, turn the barrel bushing counterclockwise. This will release the coil spring and spring plug. Note, be careful when removing the coil spring and the spring plug. They are under pressure and will fly out, and you run the risk of hitting yourself. Now, try to turn off the safety. Pull the slide backwards until the slide stop and the disassembly mark are on the same level, and pull the slide stop out of the pistol by pressing on the right side of the slide stop and pulling on the left side. Please take note, you need to move back and forth the slide to work the slide stop out of the pistol. Disassembly mark pull push. Now push the slide forward and this will allow you to remove the coil spring. Note, most likely when you pull the slide, the coil spring guide will fall off. Be careful. Now, remove the coil spring and coil plug. Slide your barrel forward and pull the barrel out of the slide.
That's end our lecture for today. Thank you for being here today and taking the time to patiently listen on what we impart you on this lecture.
We wish you all a blessed day and we hope to see you soon taking up BS Criminology at STI West Negros University. Thank you so much, future criminologists. Never stop learning. Keep safe. Aim high.